Hello there everybody, this is Colton. I am building a career in IT and I am sharing everything that I learned so I can help you guys improve your career in IT or obtain one. So let's get right into today's assignment, which is going to be 1.6.1 packet tracer, in which we will implement a small network. So our network topology is just going to require us to have a 1941 router, two 2960 switches, and two PCs. And these will then be connected with copper straight through cables. First of all, we're going to put our names on these to make it a little easier to understand as we go along here. It's going to be switch 1 and switch 2, PC1 and PC2. Okay, now we can get ahead to cabling these. We're going to go from RTA G0/0 to SW1 G0/1. And from RTA G0/1 to SW2 G0/1. From SW1 FE0/1 to PC1 Fast Ethernet 0. And same on the other side. It's kind of bothering me. There we go. Looks way better now. Okay, so what we're going to do next is we just have to enable our two interfaces here, as we can see, because they're red and not transmitting information. So let's change our host name to the correct name, and we will be checking out our interfaces here. Gigabit Ethernet 0/0 and 0/1. We're going to turn that on. Add in our IP address information on this. Now it's going to be 10.10.10.1 on the first gigabit interface. We're going to add a description just to make this a little easier to understand our topology. It's going to be connection from RTA G0/0 to SW1 G0/1. Alright, so that should be up and working alright. We are going to now do the same for the other gigabit Ethernet interface. Make sure that is turned on. And put our IP addressing 10.10.20.1 with the subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. We need a description for that as well. So it's going to be connection from RTA G0/1 to SW2 G0/1 as well. Alright, so that should be good for our interfaces here. They are now turned on and configured with IP addressing according to our scheme. Now we need to get into securing our router, which will start with us putting on a line console password. So this will prompt people to put in our configured password and log in anytime they want to access our console. Our password is going to be Cisco line PA55. They need to log in. And now we're going to put a password on the VTY telnet lines. It's going to be the same password as for the console. Now we're going to enable secret Cisco ENPA55 so that they are prompted with the password anytime they want to enter into privileged exec mode. We need to put a banner motto of the day which says unauthorized access is strictly prohibited, so people know that they are not supposed to enter our router and they have been warned. Alright, so now we can copy our running configuration to our startup configuration. This should be a pretty good one. After we encrypt our passwords, of course. And now we can go ahead with that. Do the startup config. Alright, so we're going to check out what we just issued and explain why that does what it does. So we have our passwords configured and the passwords are encrypted. They are no longer shown in plain text. We're prompted to log in on the console the telnet access, and anytime somebody wants to enter into privileged exec mode, we now have a banner of the day warning people that they should not enter. Our interfaces are configured with descriptions, and they are set to administratively enabled, and they are up. Okay. There we go. Now we're going to move on to configuring our switch 1. And we're going to do similar configurations for this. We have to change the host name first of all. And then we're going to enter into VLAN 1 and create a IP address configuration for VLAN 1 on switch 1, which is going to have the IP address of 10.10.10.2 with the same subnet mask. It has to be administratively enabled. And we are going to put in our IP default gateway, which is going to be 10.10.10.1 in reference to this interface from the switch to the router. Alright, so that is issued. And we need to put in the same passwords as the router, just to add some security here. Encrypt them, and we just need to copy the running configuration to the startup config. Okay, so as we can see, these have been applied. There we go. Should be good. And now we're going to move on and do the same thing with switch 2. Okay, we go into interface VLAN 1, we're going to turn that on administratively, put our IP address, and our subnet, 10.10.20.2, and we of course need our IP default gateway in reference to the connection from SW2 to RTA, which is going to be 10.10.20.1. Alrighty. So that should be alright. Now our security configurations, of course. I need to enter the same password as the console, so I incorrectly configured that. I'm going to remove the password, and then we're going to enter it back in here and put the correct one. Should be Cisco line PA55. We need to log in on that. Okay, and we're going to enable a secret Cisco ENPA55. That was the correct configuration. Okay, so now we need to configure these to be encrypted. And we are going to copy our running config to our startup config. We're going to show our running config to ensure that we have issued all of the correct commands. It looks like we have it with the passwords because these are encrypted and they are on the correct lines. We have our interface VLAN 1 is configured with the correct IP address information and the default gateway. We have the correct host name. So now let's check out our IP interface brief. So we can see this is up. So that is good. Now we're going to configure IP address information for our PC1 and PC2. Our PC1 is going to be in the same scheme, so it's going to have the IP address 10.10.10.3, same subnet, and same default gateway. Alright. Same over here. I'm going to put 10.10.20.3 on PC2 IPv4 address. It's going to be 10.10.20.1 for the default gateway address. And now we can just test the connectivity between the network. There we go. We're going to ping PC2 from PC1. So we're going to get into attempt to communicate here. And we have a reply, so that is correctly set up. Now we're going to try from the other side, just to make sure everything is going all right. Yep, should be pretty good. We now have a network that is correctly set up and configured. We have our security configurations on our routers and our switch here. So that should be all good. It should be a secure network setup. And this gives you full points for the assignment. I hope that this assignment has helped you guys out, and if it has, then make sure to like and subscribe, because this channel and this community will help you level up in your IT career and your journey in mastering IT concepts. So I thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and keep learning, and I will see you guys in the next one.